Hi, it's I've got to think what night is Thursday, and I'm back to my usual time and place of doing my live, the Sort Your Shizzle Out show. So the title of this one is "What's Stopping You from Doing What You Want?" It's been an interesting week this week. This topic has kind of come up quite a few times with clients and other things. So I thought I'd just muse about that for a little while and see if it resonates with anybody. As always, you can comment on this. If you click on the little thing that gives Ecamm permission, then I'll see who it is and if anybody's on here. I'm not sure if I can do a little thing underneath. I'm trying to be good now. You know what I'm like with technology. I'm not very good, but I'm going to try and put a link underneath the post on my page and see whether you can. Right, I'm going to put it in the comments underneath the live on my page so that you can click on that and hopefully give Ecamm permission. I think that should work. So if you go on my Sort Your Shizzle Out page, I'm going to do it in the group as well. How many of you are in the private group for Sort Your Shizzle Out? Anybody? Sort Your Shizzle Out group. I don't know. Yeah, but go on the group as well if you're in the private group. It's in there, and just let me know if you're watching. I'm going to shut this down now because I'm confusing myself. So, what's stopping you from doing what you want, or what's stopping you from getting what you want? Have you ever thought about this? I've started going to women's only support group in Chorley. It's called Unique Ladies, and I'm absolutely loving it. I've only been for 2. It's something that meets up once a month, and it's for business networking. I've never been to networking before. It's never really appealed to me. But it's amazing, and the contacts that you make and just meeting different people, it's absolutely lovely. But it's got me thinking about how successful other people are and why I feel really uncomfortable about promoting myself, which I'm getting better at. Before all the cancer hoo-ha last year, I've never been very good at selling myself. I've never been very good at putting myself forward. I've never been very good at singing my own praises or promoting myself or anything like that. But having gone through what I went through last year, it's kind of really given me a bit of a kick up the butt to do something different. And I'm getting out of my own way a lot quicker and a lot easier than what I have done in the past. And I was talking to somebody, I can't for the life of me remember who it was, but I was saying it's a shame that it takes something like a cancer diagnosis to encourage us to think differently. Life's too short. And I say that with meaning now. I probably wouldn't, it's something that I say quite a lot, but I probably didn't mean it when I've said it before, saying life's too short. I'm always saying to my clients about do things that bring you joy. If it doesn't bring you joy, then don't do it. But it actually means something to me now, because life is too short. And is it right of me or wrong of me to not talk about what I do with people? I can't help people if people don't know what I do. But for some strange reason, I always thought people would just find me. They would come to me. They would search on Google and find me. They would know where my Facebook group is and everything. And it's rubbish, because unless I tell people what I do, unless I'm posting, unless I'm promoting myself, nobody's going to know who I am or what I do. So this year, I'm actively promoting myself so that I'm going to hopefully help more people, because that's what it's about. It's about me helping more people. I had my first face-to-face support group last night with a wonderful, really small group of ladies, because I've not actively promoted it as much as I should. But my plan is to meet once a month. Similar to what the networking group is that I do, that I actually go and enjoy it for I think it's 9 o'clock till 11:30, so it's 2.5 hours, but it's amazing and it flies. We have some biscuits and a cup of tea and chat, and we kind of sat at a table and we talk for 10 minutes about our business and ourselves and listen to other people and, you know, get hints and tips, tell them what we're struggling with and what we need help with and everything. And I'm thinking, this is what I can do as coaching to help people in my area. I pay £20 a month for this, which I think is a fair price. I charge £10 a month for this coaching. It's only tops, it's going to be 10 people in this group. So I think that's okay. It's a way of me paying forward. It's a way of people accessing a qualified psychotherapist, even though it's not a therapy session, it is a coaching session. But I really enjoyed it last night and I get something from it as well. So following on from that, the title of this is What's Stopping You from Doing What You Want? Sorry, I started eating my tea just before I came on this. So some of the things that might be stopping you from doing what you want is a fear of failure, which for me it's a possibility. I'm still, you know, working through all of this stuff myself, and it's quite deep rooted. Is it a fear of failure or is it a fear of success? Somebody's put a love heart on this. Hello, whoever you are. I don't know who you are, so I can't say thank you. It's kind of like the opposite sides of a coin, a fear of failure or fear of success. Because if we're successful, we need to let something go. And I've got a sneaking suspicion with me. It's really hard to do therapy on yourself. This is why even therapists need therapy, or even therapists need to go to a coach, because often it's a lot clearer when somebody outside is looking in than what it is. But I hazard a guess it's not a fear of failure with me, because I've failed quite a few times in my life and I've survived it. For me, I think it's a fear of being successful, because I don't think I've ever been successful in my life. And I don't know how to be successful. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what I'd have to give up in order to be successful, or what being successful would mean to me. So the more I muse over this and the more I question myself, I just find it really interesting. One of the things, and I'm not divulging confidentiality or what happened in the group last night, but one of the things that I mentioned in this group, and I do mention it, you know, outside of the group and with clients as well, is that sometimes we get attached to our thing, whether that's anxiety or whether that's overthinking or overwhelm or stress or whatever our thing is. We get attached to it. It becomes part of who we are, and we kind of identify ourselves with it. Like, I'm an anxious person, or I'm a really stressy person, or I overthink everything all the time. I've always been like that. It kind of becomes part of who we are. And in order for us to move on from it or to be a different person, we've got to let something go. And that can be quite scary. You know, we become attached to it. We become attached to our anxiety or our stress or our overthinking or our overwhelm. So it's quite a big thing for us to let it go and to move on from it. So if anything, from this little musing or this little talk that I'm doing, just be curious about, is it part of your identity? Whatever it is that is a challenge for you, is it becoming part of your identity? And how would it feel for you if you got up tomorrow and it was gone? Because for me, I think there'd be a sense of loss. You know, if I wasn't finding everything a challenge, if I woke up tomorrow morning and I was suddenly successful, one, I'd feel very strange and out of my depth, and like I wouldn't feel like I was fitting in my own skin somehow, because I've never done it before and I don't know how to be successful. I know how to strive for success, I know how to constantly be chasing it, but I don't know what it would be like to be successful. So again, I'm just musing over this and just being curious. But one of the things, you know, what potentially could be stopping you from doing this is fear of failure or fear of success, like it is for me. Or it could be lack of motivation. You know, if we're always feeling a bit downtrodden or like, you know, what's the point? It's never going to happen. I'm never going to be anxiety free. I'm always going to be a stressy head, and I'm always going to be a worrier, or, you know, my self-esteem is always going to be low or whatever it is. So we kind of lack motivation. Or sometimes we lack inspiration. We just feel a bit meh. And at this time of year, I see a lot of meh around. I think I mentioned it in the last one. I get a lot more new clients just after Christmas. I always see more people over the winter months when it's darker, earlier and everything else than what I do over the summer. When the sun's shining, or not even the sun shining, but when it's lighter, longer, and, you know, we can go out and go for walks in the evening and everything else. I think people's mental health is a lot better than what it is over the winter periods. So one of the other things, you know, how do you work out what you want out of life? Because, you know, if you work out what's stopping you from doing it, what is it? What is it that you want to get out of life? And it's different for everybody because we're all unique. But ask yourself a few questions. You know, one of the first things that you could do is to ask yourself, what is it that I'm passionate about? What is it that gives me a fire in my belly? What is it that excites me? What is it that brings me joy? That's something that I'm saying to a lot of people now. You know, if it don't bring you joy, then don't do it. And do you know what it is that brings you joy? What do you want to achieve in your life? You know, go big. You know, create the impossible. Go for something that is, you think at the moment is unachievable. Because, you know, there's a big gap often from where we are now to, you know, thinking literally off the Richter scale. And we're going to come somewhere in the middle of that. So the higher benchmark we have, you know, the better it is for us. If I said to me, right, I'm going to create the impossible, I want to have £1 million in my bank by this time next year, then going for 10,000 in my bank seems quite doable. The £1 million in my bank is not going to happen, but £10,000 in my bank compared to $1 million, it suddenly starts to become more doable. So if you're struggling from anxiety, give yourself a goal that you want to, I don't know, do a presentation in front of 200 people. Frighten the bejesus out of yourself to do that. One, there's no reason why you can't, because, you know, there's nothing different to you to anybody that does do that as a job, other than they're more practiced in it. But if you don't achieve that, but you maybe do a presentation in work in front of 10 people, that's a hell of an achievement. So it's all about perspective and, you know, what you think is achievable, and the blocks that you put in your own way. What are your values and beliefs? What's important to you? Once we start to ask ourselves these questions, we can kind of put a bit of a plan together that feels more doable. Yeah. So I'm doing a lot of thinking about that over this week, because I'm doing this for me as well, because, you know, 2023 is going to be my year. There's big things afoot. I've still got bits stuck in my teeth from my tea. So the other thing that I wanted to mention, I don't know whether everybody knows this, but I'm going to start talking about my membership quite a lot, because I'm very passionate about my membership and I love it. So I'm going to be opening the doors up again for my membership. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to, for the first time ever, never done this before, you can join my bronze VIP membership for a week for £10 and have access to everything that's in there for that week. So you join for a week, it costs you £10. So I'm going to open it up on Monday, which is the 13th. So you get Monday to Monday for £10. There's going to be a workshop on probably the Tuesday or Thursday, but I'm going to post again about it so you can do it. I'm thinking it's going to be the Thursday. There'll be a workshop on the Thursday. I'll put the topic up, and then there's the group coaching call on the Sunday, so you can have access to both of those. The courses that are in there's a brilliant course called Choose You. There's one about anxiety. There's a workshop in there. There's lots of things that you can access that are in there already. So you can have a taster of what it's like. And if you don't cancel it, which, you know, you can cancel it anytime in that 7 days, then you will be charged for the following month, which is $29.99. But I just want people to have a taste of what it's like to come in, to see what it's like, to be part of the membership, because it's wonderful. There's a lovely group of ladies in there. It is only for the ladies, it's not for the men. And to just see whether it's something that, you know, you want to be part of. Because again, it's about me paying it forward. It's about me supporting more people. I get that having one-to-one therapy is expensive, and it is a commitment. You know, I had to do it for 4 years when I was going through my training. I worked out with Bob, the chap who did my training. We do podcasts together. We were doing a podcast and we worked out. And I think the average, you know, cost of training for a psychotherapist is £30,000. I nearly fell off my chair. I had to have my own personal therapy for the whole 4 years. I think you have to do 40 weeks out of 52 for each of the 4 years. So that's 4, 8, 60. So that's like 160 hours of therapy over the 4 years I had to do. And it costs then, which is going back like 10 years when I started, I think it was about £40 or £50 on average for an hour. So you work out that, and that's just for the therapy, not including the training. So it costs a fair bit of money. So I can understand why therapists charge as much as they do, but this is my way of giving low cost support and coaching. It's not therapy, it's coaching and it's support with like-minded people, and there's lots of perks in there, and it's a lovely group. So I'm going to be opening that up, so I'm going to stop rabbiting about it. I will be posting more about that over the weekend, and the doors will be opening on Monday the 13th, so you can go in there and have a look at what's available once it's open for the knockdown wonderful price of £10. Right, I've been on for 17 minutes, so I'm going to go and finish off my tea. I've had lots of likes and loves and thumbs up and everything on this, but I don't know who's doing it, so whoever it is, I really appreciate it. I shall be back next week. I will be doing a live in the membership that I've just been spoken about. Oh, flipping out, there's loads of arts coming at the moment. I can see them all flying up. 11, 12, it's like an auction, it's going up and up and up. So I will be doing a shorter version of this because I will be doing the live workshop in the membership next week. So probably doing this at 7 o'clock again, just 15 minutes, a quick one before I go on to do my workshop. So yeah, if you want to come in and watch the workshop, then just join the membership for £10 and you can see me in there doing what I do best. Okie dokie, have a fantastic week and hopefully I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye. Just ask the question, what is it that's stopping you from getting what you want? Let me know.